everyone, Maggie here, and welcome back to another episode of Food Culture. Now, for those of you who have been keeping up to date with my Food Culture series, you would know that I was planning on doing a video comparing living in Jamaica and living in Belize. So I'm going to do a video today talking about the similarities and differences between the two countries while I was living there, and hopefully you will be learning something informative and entertaining in some kind of way from this video. So I'm here to do this video, you know, new ear, new who this. I don't know who this girl is, Lord. Woo. Long ear, no care. So for this video, I'm going to be breaking it up into categories. So talking about religion, food, dialect, people, and things like that, so that you have a better idea of what the two countries are like, how similar they are, and how different they are. So let's go right into this video. Religion. So for Jamaica and Belize, Christianity is the predominant religion. I did notice, however, that for Belize, a lot of my friends or people I knew, they did identify as being Roman Catholic, whereas for Jamaica, it was mainly like Protestant churches, like denominations that were mostly popular, mainly the biggest ones being Seventh-day Adventist and Pentecostal. So yeah, that's it for religion. People. So I did a video already on the people of Belize, so I'm not going to get into that much detail. If you want to watch that video, go ahead and watch it. The link is in the description below, or you can click this icon, or you can just watch all of this video and wait till the end. It will be in suggested videos at the end of this video. But just to give you a little recap, you have individuals or groups such as Mennonites, Chinese, Mestizos, Mayan, Creole. Those are the ones that I can think of the top of my head. Oh, and Garifuna. Those are Belizean groups, culture groups. And then for Jamaica, you have African descent, of course. As many of you may know, because of the slave trade, a lot of Africans were brought to the Caribbean, and so because of that, we have a lot of African descent individuals or culture. So Africans, British, because Jamaica was colonized by the British, so English is their official language because of that as well. A lot of Irish individuals as well, immigrants and influence, especially when it comes down to the dialect, you will notice that a lot as well. South Asians, what else? Chinese, and Spanish. So influence, mostly you will see a lot of Jamaican names, especially for guys. You have a lot of like Ricardos, Leos, Ian Daniels. Those are apparently like a lot of they're popular names in Spanish speaking countries. And then for the dialect, there are some influence because of the Spanish language in the Jamaican Patois dialect. So for example, the word my in English, it's me. In Spanish, it is also the same thing in the Jamaican Patois dialect. You will notice that they say me a lot when referring to possession of things. So yeah, that's it for people. So in terms of regions, Jamaica has 14 parishes, that's what they're called, and Belize has 6 districts. So for you living in Canada or the USA, what you would refer to as provinces and states, that's what Jamaica would call their parish, and Belize calls it their district. So that's that for that. Geography. So Jamaica is located in the Caribbean, so it's surrounded by the Caribbean Sea. It's close to Hispaniola, Cuba, and Puerto Rico. Belize is located in Central America, so surrounded by countries like Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico. So that's location. So food. One really cool thing about getting to move to different countries is that you get to experience their culture through food. So Jamaica, just thinking off the top of my head, some common dish would be like oxtail, cow foot. You have your curry goat or curry chicken, jerk pork, jerk chicken, ackee and saltfish festival. And for Belize, they have a lot of influence because of their neighboring countries being Spanish-speaking countries. So Mexico, Guatemala, those countries, they have people who move there and they would bring over their culture and food with them. So I've been able to get a taste of like burritos and tacos, things like that, panades. And then you have cultures like Garifuna, where I've been able to taste like black dinner and hudut, things like that. So yeah, like a lot of difference, and there is a similarity in that there's one main dish that both countries have, and it's very common like as a daily staple. Belize calls it rice and beans. Jamaica calls it rice and peas. Now this is an ongoing debate of what it's actually called, so comment below guys, which one is it? Are you team rice and beans or team rice and peas? I don't know. For the longest I was saying rice and peas, and then I moved to Jamaica, to Belize, and said rice and beans, so I don't know. You guys comment below. Team what are you? Music. So everyone knows that Jamaica is known for reggae and dancehall. If you didn't know, now you know. Belize, I did go there and hear a lot of dancehall and reggae, but they do have their own music which is called punta, and punta is also a dance move. I will not even try to demonstrate what that is like, but all I know is that it has to do with a lot of movement of the hip in a circular motion, and that's where I will leave that for music and dance. Yeah. So let's move on to the juicy stuff. Moving on to the dialect. So Belizean dialect is called Belizean Creole, and Jamaican dialect is called Patois. So that's basically broken English. Now I'm going to give you guys a couple of phrases or terms that are different in both of their dialect, and layman terms break it down for you what it means in English. So the first one, Bale versus youth. So Bale means a guy. Jamaica, youth means a guy or a boy. So Belize, Bale, Jamaica, youth. Lickle versus Lee. So for Jamaica, lickle is the word. Belize, Lee is the word. In layman terms, lickle or Lee is little. So using that in a sentence, the little boy over there, so Belize, the Lee boy. Come here, Lee boy. So that's how, yeah, that's lickle versus Lee. That's it for little. So if you want to boost your friend up, like, you know, in Belize, you would say watch out. Like I noticed they say watch out a lot, or they would say cho, whereas in Jamaica they would say ray or whoa, like when you they boost up your friend, or like they tell you some big news and you're like, you know, swelling up your friend, and they like say ray, and in Belize they would say cho. Now another difference between Jamaica and Belize with the word cho is that cho in Belize is a word that's used for like disbelief or surprise, whereas in Jamaica it's a word used for like frustration. So if someone's annoying you, you'd be like, cho, left me alone, man. So that's the difference. Another word in which they're different, so you have to be very careful in the context you use it, the word hush. Now in Jamaica, the word hush is like a comforting word. Like someone tells you some bad news, they're going through a tough time, you would say, hush man, everything gonna be alright. Whereas in Belize, if you say hush to someone, it's literally the equivalent to saying shut up. So I got into trouble with that the first time I went to Belize. Accidentally stepped on my friend toe. I told him hush and he catch feelings, or he got mad at me. I didn't know that I was actually telling him to shut up, but we cool now, everything jiggy. It was all sorted out. But I learned the hard way. So I versus me. Using that in a sentence, Jamaicans would never say I they go down this, or they would always say me, dead, whatever, whatever. It's always me, me, me. So me they go to school, me they go over there, so me so link you. So Belizeans would say I don't know, I soon call you, I soon check you, whatever. That's the difference between both of them with the dialect as well. Me versus I. Which brings me to my other one. This one I had trouble understanding via text, and it took me a while to get the hang of it, but I'm a pro at it now. The phrase mende versus dida. So in Belize, mende is the phrase that they would use, which is the equivalent to dida. So let me use that in a sentence because it's easier to understand it that way. Belize would say I'm in the Goda school, or I'm in the Goda road. Basically that means I was going on the road. Whereas Jamaicans would say me did a go a road, or me did a go a school. Same thing, the equivalent meaning, I was going such and such place. So that's that for that. One thing that I noticed as well in terms of a food item, so what Jamaicans call bag juice, Belizeans call it an ideal. Now to this day, I'm still trying to figure out the logic of to why a bag juice turns into the name ideal. yet to get the answer to that, but I don't know. If any Belizean can explain that to me, please feel free to do that in the comment section below. And the last one, which is my favorite, all of my friends who know me know that I love to say this, so yazime. So Jamaicans say yazime, which is the equivalent to you understand me, you get what I'm saying. Belizeans would say you dig or you check. So that's another difference between them. Well guys, that's the end for this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this video as well, and you got to see a little insight of my little life living in Jamaica and Belize and what it was like, the similarity and the differences, and how beautiful the both countries are. Now the question I've been asked a lot is, which country do I prefer? And the answer to that is, I don't know. I've had very different experiences with both. I lived in Jamaica all my life. I grew up there. Belize, I moved there, however, when I was in my late teens, early 20s. So that's the age where you're like discovering yourself, knowing who you are and all of that. So honestly, the answer to that is, I really don't know. I love both places. All the people are cool and the place nice. So I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it as that. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Like, what are you doing with your life? Share this video with your friends and family, and also don't forget to check out the rest of my videos. Stay tuned for more culture videos every single Saturday. I will try my best to upload every Saturday, but yes, that is the plan. Don't forget to do road and do things, and until next time, Maggie is out.